Hi friends, greetings from the quarantine where we have been with Jana since returning from our trip to United States. We live in an extraordinary times. At the moment, it seems very likely that the next time we will meet together as church will be after the summer. Something that has been taken for granted to us, the choice to attend or not to attend church meetings is no longer. I will not repeat on this video all the information available on media and DHL site, but I would like to focus on this situation from the point of view of the church life. The church emergency arrangements will be communicated through our main information channels. There are a few things I would love to address firstly. Let us be careful and let us be courageous. Let us be careful and responsible in what comes to spreading the virus. And let us be courageous and bold, daring to love people around us. Let's take care of each other. Let's take care of our neighbors. Also, we should not panic and be sober about all the information comes with all these prophecies, predictions, reminders, coming mostly from social media and some emails. Remember a few key things. Our God reigns. And He has allowed all this for reason we really don't know. And what is most important, that in Christ we are safe. It is very likely that some of us will also get this disease caused by this virus. And I want to say that this is not a matter of big faith or big prayers. I believe we all believe and we all are praying. I want to share with you today Bible verses Anu shared at our team gathering yesterday. It comes from 2 Corinthians 4:16-18. Therefore, we do not lose heart. Though outwardly we are wasting away, yet inwardly we are being renewed day by day. For our light and momentary troubles are achieving for us an eternal glory that far outweighs them all. So we fix our eyes not to what is seen, but on what is unseen. Since what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal. It is remarkable that when we started the teaching series Läpimurtuminen or Broke Through, we could not even imagine that we would be facing the greatest breakdown in our society of our time. Last year, in newspaper article I was interviewed, I said the comment maybe a little carelessly, which cost me also some corrective feedback. But I said the church had a disease called a meeting. We cannot live without it. Well, today we are in a situation where new normal is church that is unable to gather. In history, we see that similar times in which church meetings are restricted have almost invariably made a positive impact in the church. For example, in England, when cholera epidemic was spreading, Charles Spurgeon, great preacher, king of the preachers, went from house to house to helping and bringing great change and hope in these people's lives and positive change in society. Today, I want to talk to you about something what happened in early 20th century China. And I want to thank Phil Moore bringing it up in this very unique situation where we are. I want to talk to you about missionary James Fraser, missionary in China amongst the Lisu tribe and villages in Himalayas. And these Lisu villages are, by the way, few hundred kilometers from the Wuhan area we have come to know through this crisis. As people began to convert to Christianity, problem arose which led to isolation. And the problem was that winter of the Himalayas was so bad that due to the snowfalls, he could not go to meet these new believers in Jesus and having worship gatherings with them. And firstly, he was angry with God because God could well have stopped these snowfalls, until he realized in prayer that this was not his problem, but God's problem. It would have taken him 3 to 5 days to conduct one worship service in one village of Himalayas, with a great risk of dying on that journey. And finally, he came to the question, what would happen if he used these 5 days to focus on praying for these new people instead of arranging worship service for them? So he decided to pray for 3 to 5 days a week for these people of each villages through the winter. Well, when spring came and he was able to visit again these villages, of course he was curious about what happened to these new believers. And he came to the striking conclusion. New believers in the mountain villages he couldn't visit had grown spiritually significantly more than new believers in the villages he visited during the winter time. And he writes like this: if I were to think after the manner of men, I should be anxious about my Lisu converts, afraid for their falling back into demon worship. But for God is enabling to me cast all my care upon him. I am not anxious, not nervous. If it has been begun in him, it must be continued in him. Well, James Fraser himself never saw the greater impact of this experience. Many theologians, many mission theologians believe that the great revivals that took place in China came and started on that particular area of Lisu, these villages in Himalayas. These great revivals started with experience of James Fraser. Today I want to ask some questions. Is church significantly more than gathering, as important and central as it is? Would it be primarily even something more, something else? And would our own spiritual growth be something significantly more than participating in Sunday services and other activities church providing? Would it even primarily be something else? Friends, today we cannot go to the church. Today we must be the church. So let us all be ready in the midst of this crisis to tell everyone about that hope we have in Christ Jesus, and boldly invite people around us to put their hope in Him. God bless you all.